Hey, Willow, what time is it?
It's time to go to work.
Intro song comes in right now. Right. Okay. Okay. So don't freestyle the intro song.
Oh yeah. CWC energy is arriving. It's arriving.
Yeah. That's the craziness part.
Okay. And yeah, our song it's like a minute and a half. 2 minutes. Welcome to Curse Words and Craziness, the podcast. I'm that lady Willa.
I'm your main man, Mike. I'm over here somewhere doing something.
Don't mind, I'm just rehearsing. I'm that lady Willa. Okay. Hey. And we have my little rascal. What's your name?
I want to put my camera.
What's your name? Say, what's your name, boy? What's your name? Say, my name is Mansa. What's your name out there, ladies? What's your name? What's your name?
All right. Let's try that again.
Okay.
It's time to go to work. I'm here. We here. This is our podcast.
Yeah.
I've been trying for so long to find a way to make this thing look masterful and easy, and that's not really
We
happening.
haven't got the mastery yet.
So we're just gonna do it.
We got it. Yeah.
So this is gonna be our first podcast that we put up on.
No, don't leave it. Leave it.
Don't touch
Leave
that.
it. Okay. All right. We're doing good.
My wife is so optimistic sometimes. It's amazing. We're doing good. The
Totally.
mic just got slammed 4 times.
4 times.
We're doing good.
All right.
So
son.
this is going to be the first one that we air on our YouTube channel.
YouTube.
And so we're going to get started. We're going to tell a story of us and how we came to come to do this podcast.
Yes. I am that lady Willa.
And I'm your main man, Mike.
This is Curse Words and Craziness, the podcast.
AKA Curse Words and
Right.
Craziness TV.
You get to see what it's like podcasting and how we do it. All right. First off, we are a family of 6. We have 3 wonderful teenagers who are all on the autism spectrum. Shout out to the autism community.
The 3 ladies, that's one of the major communities we're a part of.
Yes. We also have our young son. He was born premature.
He's now a year and a half.
A year and a half.
And he is doing year and a half things.
Yes. You can't tell it's not 2.
Right.
It's not getting terrible.
Because it's on the it's verging on terrible.
Okay.
It's close. It's
All right.
right there. But we are attempting to rejoin the podcast world. We did a first season.
We did. It was about three years ago. We had our first season pop off, and it was fun.
It was fun. It was fun. It was actually created during the pandemic.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's
Okay,
let's make
so
a
start from the
marker.
beginning.
Make a marker.
Okay, boom.
This is Curse Words and Craziness, the journey when we're sharing our life happenings with
That's
you.
right.
How did we get here?
Well, we met in 2001.
2001?
Summer 2001.
The summer of 2001.
The summer of 2001.
We met in Pennsylvania.
In Philadelphia.
Yeah.
At the Adams Mark Hotel,
Yes.
which was a famous black hotel there.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we almost have 2 different versions of how we met. Do you want to go first and tell how?
Ladies first.
Okay,
Why not?
ladies first. Ladies first.
All right, let that lady Willa tell. Yeah, son bumped his head. Going to get your son. Come on.
You going to get him? You got the easier access.
Okay.
I got to climb over these wires. That's the craziness. We're supposed to time these segments. We'll see how that goes.
Okay.
You all right, son?
All right.
You okay? He's
a
okay.
20-minute count here. Let's see what we can say in 20 minutes. All right.
Okay. Once again, this is
words in craziness, the journey.
This is mommy telling them how we got together.
How we
version.
met. Yes, me and your daddy, we met somewhere.
We did.
Yes, we did.
It happened like that. We didn't always know each other.
No. Well, from my end, my cousin invited me to this conference called the International Black Youth Summit.
Mm-hmm. Look at that.
And it takes place in Pennsylvania. We started from Pennsylvania for, I think, one night. And then we went to...
no, it was in Pennsylvania all those nights.
It was the whole time?
Yeah. It was the weekend.
Oh, we must have left out... No, we changed hotels. That's what it was. Okay, so we was at one hotel. Okay. We started off at one hotel and then changed to the Adams Mark because I don't think we had the room booked for the whole thing. Okay, so we were always in Philadelphia. At the Adams Mark Hotel is where the convention was held. And yeah, my cousin asked me. I came and it was a dope vibe. It was a dope vibe there. Lots of young people looking good, doing good things. And
How old are you?
I was 20. I was 20 years old. So this was August of... Does that make sense?
Whose music is that?
I think that's Kia. August of 2000. It was August of 2000. Yeah.
It was 2000?
Yeah, August of 2000, because that October I turned 21. So
okay.
It was August of 2000. Yep. And so I was 20 years old. I was 20 years old. And so specifically meeting this young man here, it happened, I believe it was like a Thursday. And I remember, for me, the first time that I saw him was actually in the room for a moment. So we had, the youth were just meeting in the room. I think it was part of orientation, but you weren't doing that. So that day I saw him, I looked at him, and I thought he was something for the eyes to see. I did. I looked, I was like, wow. I said, his eyes, and he got the hair, and he's got that skin. It's like, okay. I liked all that pop, you know. And yeah, thought he was attractive when I saw him. And it was a lot of attractive going on, real stuff. Like, it was young people there, different ages, different looks, tall, short, some stinky, some smelling good, like, China musk and musk. It was just a nice
I had on China musk. I know I had on China musk.
I'm joking around. And so, yeah, that was when I first locked eyes with him, was in this room, and just saw, I did like the look, and something pulled me. It was an energy. It was definitely an energy that pulled me in it.
Definitely three different stories. Look,
thank you.
This is my story.
Come over here.
Come over there.
Come here.
Go to your mother.
Man's up. Come here.
So the weekend consisted of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? And then I don't think there was a Thursday night there, but I wasn't there for that, right? So Friday there was this party. It was the 70s party, and so everybody's supposed to be dressed in like 70s clothes and 70s gear. So I think I came in like a wife beater and a do-rag to cover my locks at the time. Okay, let me get to it. So long story short, I come into the party, people are dancing, right? So Willa is dancing with a friend of mine. His name was Dawson. She was dancing with Dawson, and I was like, ooh, she looks good. So I was like, okay, how am I gonna approach this, right? So the first thing I think is like, I gotta get rid of Dawson. Gotta get him up out of there. He not ready for that. right? She should be with me. So I wanted a picture of her too, and I didn't want to be so blatant to be like, oh, you know, can I take a picture of you, sweetheart? So her and Dawson was dancing. I'm like, oh, y'all look nice. Let me take a picture. So I, you know, and I kind of angled it so I knew how I was gonna cut Dawson out the picture. Boop, snap that. So then Dawson went to go get them something to drink. You remember this?
Mm-hmm. You keep going.
So Dawson went to go get them something to drink. So I say to, while he's going to get to them something to drink, I go to Willa and I say, you know, not to be so forward, but I think you are absolutely beautiful. And she was like, oh my God, thank you, oh my God.
Oh, goodness grief.
And then after that, I was like, oh, you know, you're welcome. And then I just walked away. I left the party. I just left. Hit her with the compliment. Skedaddle, I'm out.
Went over to the next corner.
I left out the door for a second, and then I came back because it was a party. And then I just kind of remember us kind of milling around each other. Everybody's kind of hanging out in the group, and I, you know, make sure to give her a look every once in a while. You know, give her with the lips, like with the LLs.
So after that,
and she was wooed. That's what happened. She was wooed. She could pretend like she wasn't.
All right.
She was wooed. I hit her with the boom bap. I hit her with the ooh, you beautiful, and leave.
Yes. So I know some ladies understand that, you know, you do hear that. You know, I'm beautiful. So I heard people say that before. It wasn't the first time. Okay. So I hit him with the politeness. Thank you. Not oh my God. It wasn't that.
She was like, oh my God. Yes, she was.
Yes, you were. Oh my God. He just said I was beautiful. I was beautiful. First words I've heard. So after that, okay, I asked my cousin, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, who is that? Who is that? Choco latte with the long hair, nice shoulders,
I did have long hair back then.
Smelling good too. So that was definitely the thing there. So yeah, I asked about him, and I was in a relationship. But you know, when you're young, I wasn't married. That's what I was not. So I also was in transition. Like I knew I was not going to be in that relationship much longer. And so it was just I was having life-changing moments. I really did know I wasn't going to be in that relationship.
Don't forget that, Kim.
I was going, you know, that August, getting ready to go back to school shortly afterwards, heading to my senior year, I think, of college. And changes, man. I ain't gonna. You have to read my book to get the personal background, everything. But
shameless plug.
Yes, Child of the Universe by Willa Strong.
Bam.
So, yeah, I was very much ready. You know, and then the summit itself, the International Black Youth Summit, was
an energy all to itself. Yeah.
Space. I mean, the energy in there. Oh my goodness. And the people that I met, oh my goodness, they're wonderful, they're amazing, each and every one of them. So that's how we met. I mean, we're doing pretty good, right?
That's how we met. That's how we met.
And from there,
so that weekend, that was the Friday. We end up basically kind of
schmoozing and just kind of chilling.
The whole weekend, you know.
And now it was so many people to hang with and so much to do. We young people, we're going to the restaurants together.
So when we went out to eat, I made sure to sit next to her.
Okay, you know, you take to the night, you hit the street, you go out to eat or whatever, and
maybe find a party, maybe find a little place to
find a
to
party.
hang out.
I don't think I partied in Philly.
I'm trying to think that I partied in Philly.
But it was a good time. And, you know, remember the Republican National Convention
was being held at the same place.
August
or in the same area, yeah.
It must have been at the, you couldn't say it was at the, was not at the hotel.
It couldn't have been at the Adams Mark. No.
Because Adams Mark is clearly a historical
no, that was in Chicago
hotel.
yes, it was.
No, sir, I'm clear? I'm just saying.
We'll find out. We'll ask some other people that was there.
Look, I bet you if we Google it and Google the date.
We could Google it.
Oh,
we'll
my
Googleize
goodness,
it.
all the...
But it was always something happening when the summit was happening, to be quite honest with you. It was always linked with other major events. So we were always in cities that had a lot going on.
Yeah.
So that was its own thing.
We did.
But that's how we met. We
Asked for...
we reconvened again in Oakland.
Yes. So then, shortly after that, and now mind you, when we got each other's number, that was it. That was really
Right.
it.
This was the time of really
talk.
just being able to use the phone. So we just talked on the phone.
Cell phones were emerging, so when we weren't running up, a regular phone bill.
And I ran up my phone bill. Oh, God.
I
got my own little
using
phone
10
line.
cents a minute on my Nokia.
I used to get phone cards to anybody who we could date ourselves. I used to get phone cards to call you to Chicago to make long distance calls.
The first phone call, that one right there. So the first phone call, I told you I was in a relationship.
Right.
So the truth is, that was the number I had because I was transitioning that August, getting ready to go back to school.
It was at the current boyfriend's house.
Right.
Right.
So so that's the transition I was dealing with because I was like, I said I be here. This is kind of where I stay at. Couldn't deny
And
it.
I wasn't the only one she gave her number to.
And
Let's put that out there.
I met some new friends. I met some amazing people. I gave my number. It wasn't just you and Dawson. It was Malika. Malika called. I started getting a friendship with my girl Malika. Okay. She would call like we just.
But we talking about our story, right? So right before I called, the dude Dawson called. Now let's let it be known. He lives in California. I live in New York.
Dawson is our friend. That's because we were all friends. We all young people.
So he called her first, right? And you actually picked up his call, right?
Yeah, I talked to Dawson.
So then when I called, she was a little shady. Let's keep it real. She threw the shade up at me.
What shade was it?
What you mean what shade was it?
What shade did you get?
The I don't feel like talking to you for a long time, new nigga shade.
I respect that. I'm a loyal, respectful person to this day. I told you was called. I told you I was in a relationship transitioning. I'm showing respect. I'm not shading.
You're shady.
I'm respectful and I'm loyal.
So the phone conversation was quick. Let's keep it real. The first maybe 8 conversations was quick.
It was from his house. No, I wasn't talking to you like that. No. That's why I'm the woman I am today.
You didn't tell me that she was at his house all 8 times.
Yes, I did. I was transparent. That's how we got here today. Stop playing. We had to be transparent. You had to look at my ID and make sure I was of age. We were being transparent with each other.
I check IDs.
I told you that I was in a relationship when we were at the weekend, and I don't think too far along. It didn't take. Okay. So
then one day, I thought I only called you there once.
You called me there, and I tell you, look.
Because then you gave me your cell phone number.
So I was there for those few weeks before school started. Mm-hmm. Got to school, and that was the breakup right there. Remember, my ex had dropped me off at school, at college, dropped me off, and we had us a talk right then and there, and that was it.
Well, I only remember calling that number once because when I called it, you was like, "Don't call me here no more. Call me at this number," and you gave me your cell.
Yeah.
So you were still shady on them first couple conversations.
That's what it needed to be. I was in transition. Now, you call it shade. I'm surviving.
Okay.
But
then one day,
now we get shady conversations. Like
it was shady. You was being quick and. Okay, all right. Then one day we end up talking on the phone for a long, long time. I don't even remember what day it was. But we talked for a long, long time. And after that, all our conversations were long, long conversations.
That was it.
Yeah, it was just like.
So I was free after that. So that's how transformational August was. It was just so much change. It was changed like that. Yeah.
So fast forward, we got 4 kids. That's I guess that's not.
Yes, you can fast forward now, but yeah, that was.
Yes, we got married in. When did we get married? We met in 2000. We got married in 2005.
Yes.
Married in 2005.
First daughter.
Was in 2005. That's our oldest, Rukia. That's the one you hear clapping right now.
Son.
Came in 2020.
Come here.
3.
Huh?
4. 23.
What you talking about?
He came in 2023.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had 2 girls in between there,
Yep.
and now we a squad. It's us.
Okay.
We here.
So now y'all got that part.
That's it. That's how
Make
we
sure
got
you
together.
Put the caption on this video.
What's the
Yeah,
caption?
Like how did they meet?
Okay, that's
That Lady Willa and your main man Mike.
That's how it
How
happened.
did they meet?
Shouts out to Philly
Yes.
for
the
birthing,
city-
helping to
the
birth our
city of
love.
Brotherly love. I
Help.
found a brother to love.
Okay, that's gotta be in a clip right there. The city
Found
of
a
brotherly
brother
love.
to
She
love.
found her brotherly love.
Yes.
Damn, I like it. And how we came to become podcasters.
Okay.
I remember. I think the night is actually documented.
On social media.
That's right. We were homeless.
We was in a hotel.
We was living in a hotel. We was living in an extended stay.
But the truth is what? All ideas be flowing to us. It don't matter where we at.
Right. We had a night of creative flow. We was doing maybe a little bit of drinking was happening. Some libations.
Right? And so we were just feeling free, feeling fun, having a good time.
Now, mind you, we are all of us in one room, kind of similar to what's happening right now.
Yeah.
The girls are being them. They are enjoying being alive as they do.
Yep.
We really kind of chose to be free of the worries that we may have had in the moment, because they were present, but we found a way to laugh past them.
Yeah.
And I think TikTok was new to us. Let's say that TikTok was new to us, and we been seeing TikTok videos and dances and playing songs, and so we just
sat down, had a drink, and just like, we're gonna record and just talk, you know.
talking about
Talking.
Yeah,
And so we made fun of the dances.
right. We was making fun of ourselves doing TikTok dances.
And it was entertaining.
It was entertaining.
Totally entertaining. We were totally entertained by
ourselves. And we was like, well, if we entertain by ourselves, maybe we can entertain somebody
Some other
else. And I think the name was birthed right there.
It was.
I feel
You
like
think
it
so?
was.
Yeah, I think so too.
And kind of curse words and craziness was put out into the atmosphere, and it was born, and it was taking on, I guess, its own life. It was starting to. We were starting to bubble with the idea of that as something to do.
It's something to do. And so I don't think we had pinpointed it like podcast, because I didn't know that was still a term. I don't even know if that was a popular term yet. That was budding, so we didn't know that per se. But it definitely, that's what it is sitting in front, just kind of yapping and going at it. But we also realized too, we were like, we're artists. We very much are artists, creatives, and so we were like, as it grew, we said we're not going to confine ourselves to one medium. We're not gonna be like, oh, we'll just sit here and talk. It's like, no, let's open this up. Right?
And we started to do a little bit of everything. And we also knew that we wanted to talk about our experience as parents of special needs teenagers.
That's what kept coming forth. We was like, no, we can't be ashamed of this. I don't know why are we not sharing it?
And if you're gonna have a niche, so to speak, like, why not have it be based in truth?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And the truth was, we lived our everyday lives as special needs parents, taking care of these girls, whether it be finding them schools, getting them to schools, homeschooling them, We
were homeschooling at the time.
Right.
So we were doing everything. And that's what it was. We were like, it was birthed from so many things of like, how could we express ourselves so that we, taking care of that creativity? How can we express ourselves so that we feel better?
Right.
And
it was also a definite beginning to our healing, to our self-healing journey.
And we did wonder what the possibilities were.
Man, sir.
Because we didn't have a lot of money, right? We were definitely in a space where we were like,
son, don't touch the camera.
How can you prosper from this experience? And people were on social media prospering. Now, mind we didn't tap into that yet, but it was like we were just looking at every possibility.
Call your son before he knocks down the camera.
Man, sir, come on over here. Come on, man.
This is a part of the craziness.
Right. Man,
right now
really
we're doing the podcast. It's Labor Day weekend, so the kids are out of school. We had planned to begin this when they were in school, but we just decided to begin when it was time to begin.
No, we had viruses. It's the circumstance that we had. The girls had the virus, and then he got the virus, and so we weren't going to come to the library and spread germs.
It's not our style.
Okay.
We lived through COVID.
So that's what that was. Okay.
But yeah, the podcast was born. We got a little bit of equipment. Then we weren't even doing any video. We were just doing a vocal podcast. So our first season is available on most podcast stations,
platforms. Curse words and craziness. You can find it.
You can type that in. We'll probably type it in up here when we do some editing and things. But you can check that out. It's on Apple Podcasts. It's on Spotify.
You put it in.
Yep, you put in curse words and craziness. You'll see a picture of us and the girls, and there's an intro, and there's maybe 3 episodes.
About 3 episodes up there.
Yeah, I remember the last episode was around the time that I lost my father. I lost my father to the COVID virus, and that was the last episode I remember recording and uploading. And then life really changed drastically for us. We went from homeless to not homeless. We actually had a GoFundMe that did very successful, that allowed us to get out of homelessness and get ourselves a home to rent that we are currently in right now. We were able to get our children in school in the area that we are living in, which is Douglasville, Georgia. That was an ordeal in itself.
Yes, we're not explaining everything because, like I say, all the journeys, but
we go for go.
Yeah, but, so since starting in 2001, we kicked it off, and then we had a space of where we just putting our lives back together, basically, and establishing, kind of getting that foundation back. So we spent a lot of time doing that. And then we would come back to what we did was we started a support group as well.
On TikTok.
That was what we do.
That's right.
How we filled that space when we weren't exactly doing the podcast specifically. We came on to TikTok. We was like, no, we're gonna show up for this special needs community. We would just
hold a space for an hour for other people and families like ours to come in and discuss just things that we have in common that others might not understand. It
was such a wonderful experience for somebody.
I'm also a part of the dialysis warrior community. You know what I'm saying? I am on dialysis. I've been on dialysis since 2017. And, we just shared all those things that we all have in common with those communities. Yes. The dialysis community, my wife being a caretaker, us being the parents with special needs, and we tied all that in to our support group and to this podcast and to all the other things that we like to do creatively. You'll start to see on our YouTube channel some of the songs that we like to recreate. We do parodies. Yeah. And we're going to put those videos up on YouTube. And all that is a part of this curse words and craziness thing that we got going on right here.
Yes, it's more than just the yapping. It's definitely our self-expression. Like I say, that I am just a chapter away from completing my autobiography of my youth. which was just a healing journey.
Right.
That also kind of coincided with curse words and craziness. I was just like, you know what? Talk about expressing and sharing yourself so that you can heal. You can be a better person.
Now, it was funny. While my wife was writing her book, I started getting my Jones for making music again. And so I'm releasing maybe like a 5 or 6 song EP really soon. I have no idea what it's going to be called. I've gone through so many names, dadism, dialysis, and
BBT.
Dealing with depression. There's been so many titles. I have no idea what it's going to be called. But I've been making some music. I've been writing some rhymes. And so all that is a part of this. All that is a part. Sorry, that was the dadism.
It's CWC.
That's the umbrella we putting everything under. This is us stepping into our new selves as creatives, as what do they call them on the internet? Content creators, as podcasters, as authors, as
come here,
producers. What's up, son? What happened? Come here.
Yeah. So you get all the flavors of us. You will definitely get that, and a peek at the fam, and not just the son, but the other girls, with their permission, because it's not everything. They're not open to everything, and so we're not ones to force them to do so. We're not them people. So for those that follow them, where's so and so? You see them when they choose to. They
ready.
You'll be there.
So real quick, let's get into some of the segments we're gonna have on the show, and a little bit of how the show will be done the next time you see us. So
you just went through the journey with us.
That's the journey. This is the journey. This is the beginning. I'd like to welcome you all again into our world. Curse words and crazy. That's right. Right. So we're gonna have a segment. I'm gonna do a segment called the Main Man Minute. I'm gonna take a minute to share some things that I've discovered in the world that have totally interested me that I want to share with you. Willa, tell them the name of your segment.
I have Willa Wonders. I'm deep. I'm a deep person. I'm always thinking about something that can be big, small, trivial, but I like to take things apart. I like to ask questions of myself mainly, and definitely interested in seeing what feedback from the rest of the world, if at all.
Another one we're gonna do is gonna be called "What's on Your FYP." That these are things we find on the internet that relate to us, that speak to us, albeit political or related to the special needs community, or related to the dialysis community, the caregiver community, or sometimes just some shit we just want to talk about that we saw on the internet.
Yeah, and goodness stuff. Oh goodness, with social media now, on top of media, on top of news stations and stuff, it is a floodgate of getting in tune with these experiences that we have. And so I look forward to it, and it's a lot of fuckery. It's a lot of fuckery on these FYP, and not to say that because your FYP reflects you. Yeah, my husband and I always say that.
And ours is different, which is always great.
Right?
What she sees on her FYP is drastically different from what's on my FYP, and this is an opportunity for us to bring those things together and discuss them with y'all.
Okay.
And because I was able to purchase this nice piece of equipment, we'll be taking live calls. We'll be doing interviews with other people in our community just to share their stories.
The interviews are fun. So us getting to meet each other and getting some interviews in, that's a fun part too. I know one of the first episodes I speak with a young lady named Tequila. That's my good friend's sister, and it was just a joy. It's a nice long interview.
She was a caregiver and a caregiver of a special needs child. Oh, that interview is perfect. That's on our first season.
Yeah.
Please check that out.
And that one let me know when you hear, of course, it's my nervousness, my inexperience, but it was a light. That was the episode when we did that.
We knew we
just
was on to
part
something.
of the journey. We knew we was on to something.
We sure did.
Totally enjoyed that. So, yeah, look, that sound like it right
That
here.
sound like a show, right?
YP, you got your like, calls, interviews, and checking with our people. You got
my
the main
experience.
man, Mike Minutes. You got Willa Wonders.
That sound like a show. That sound like a show to y'all?
Did we just do it?
I think we did
just did it, babe?
I think we done.
All right.
On that note, we gonna pack up these kids and get them some lunch.
Yes.
And clean up our little space, our little studio space. Should we tell them where our studio is?
It's funny.
Live at the public library.
All of 30 minutes to set up, right? Then we do a little 30-minute segment. Now we about to pack up.
That's it. In and out like a robber.
Anybody who is feeling like they need to start this journey, jump up into it. Jump into it. Don't have any
the
shame
one thing I love
it.
about podcasting and the way the world is working right now is everybody gets a platform.
Yeah.
Everybody gets an opportunity to express themselves the way they feel they should and the way that they can. And I don't think you could beat that right now. It's a beautiful time to be alive.
Oh my goodness. So,
With that being said, I'm your main man, Mike.
I'm that Lady Willa.
And this is Curse Words and Craziness.
Yeah.